Here they are, the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team for 2013. It's the Red Arrows.
Coming left, now. Holding the bank, now tight. Shut off, 6, 8, 9.
Red 1 started with a flat display, ladies and gentlemen, given this low cloud out to the front right 45, but he may be able to change it during the display. At 400 miles an hour, he changes them from 9 Arrow to Short Diamond. You see Reds 8 and 9 have now formed the famous Red Arrow's Diamond 9 shape. Red 1 is squadron leader Jim Turner. It's his second year leading the team, but he was a Red Arrows wingman from 2005 to 2007, and he led the synchro pair. Now listen in as Reds 4 and 5 perform their rollbacks.
4 and 5. Roll. Good.
They just roll back into Apollo formation. We'll see a little bit more of that shortly.
Coming left, now. Holding the bank, now tight.
Smoke comes on as Reds 2 and 3 acknowledge the move to Eagle. You'll see the 3 aircraft on each wing now drop back to show us the planned form of the American fighter jet, the F-15 Eagle. We've introduced this to the display this year to pass thanks to the Americans and the support they showed us during the Second World War on the Eagle squadrons.
Out, rolling, out. Coming right, now. Holding the bank, now.
This is Eagle. Let's say Red 1 has started with a flat display. For our rolling display, we need a minimum cloud base of 2,500 feet, and obviously Red 1 has assessed that the cloud in the area is lower than that, so he wouldn't be able to perform the barrel rolls. As part of our flat display, this is the only time you'll see this shape. You see the smoke on as Reds 4 and 5 move forward for a shape that only occurs in the first half of the flat display. This is Vulcan.
Smoke on, tight.
We fly the majority of our formations with the odd-numbered pilots on the left-hand side, and the even-numbered pilots fly on the right-hand side. Red 6 and 7, the synchro pair, tend to fly directly behind the leader in line astern. On the very bottom of the formation now is Red 4. He's Flight Lieutenant Martin Pert. He's in his second year with the team. He's a former Hawk flying instructor and solo Hawk display pilot. Operationally, he flew the Harrier GR9. With the smoke on now, the team are forming another shape. This time, it's of the iconic supersonic airliner. They're about to come left with some red, white and blue, and hopefully a huge round of applause as they show you the very best of British in Concorde.
Coming left, now. Holding the bank, now tight.
Well, this year is the 70th anniversary of Operation Chastise, which was the famous Dam Busters raid carried out by 617 Squadron on the night of the 16th of May 1943. Those brave airmen flew their 19 Lancaster bombers deep into enemy territory to drop their bouncing bombs and complete their mission. With the smoke on now, you can see the jets have formed the shape of a Lancaster bomber, and in from your left-hand side, celebrating 70 years since the Dam Busters, this is Lancaster.
Did you see it? She's so subtle.
One of our pilots has completed a tour with the famous Dam Busters squadron. Red 3 is Flight Lieutenant Mark Lawson. He's on the leader's left wing now. He's in his first year with the Red Arrows. He completed his first tour in the Royal Air Force, flying with 617 Squadron, where he flew his Tornado GR4 over Iraq and Afghanistan, before transferring to 9 Squadron, again flying over Afghanistan and also over Libya in support of Operation Elemi in 2011. The smoke's back on now for another shape. This is our tightest shape. The jets in this formation are around 5 to 6 feet apart as they present Apollo.
Do that in a car. I was just thinking the same thing. 5 to 6 feet apart in a car is bad enough.
Coming. Right. Now. Holding the bank. Now. Right. There.
On the leader's right wing now is another of our first year pilots. That is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Ollie Parr. Ollie's another former Tornado GR4 pilot, and he has completed a tour as a Hawk flying instructor at Royal Air Force Valley on Anglesey in North Wales, where we train our advanced flying students. The smoke's back on as the team form Typhoon, which is aimed to depict the delta wing planform of the Royal Air Force's new multi-role combat aircraft, which you saw display here at Bournemouth earlier, the Eurofighter Typhoon. We've now got 4 frontline squadrons of Typhoons, whose primary duty it is to protect the airspace of the UK and the Falkland Islands. So now in from the left-hand side at 400 miles an hour, this is Typhoon.
400 miles an hour.
Coming. Left. Down. Holding the bank. Down.
One of our pilots is a former Typhoon pilot. He's Red 9, Flight Lieutenant Mike Child. He's in his second year with the team. He's about to move to the very bottom of the formation as we view it now. He's another former Hawk flying instructor and solo Hawk display pilot before he transferred to the Typhoon, where he flew on quick reaction alert duties, protecting our airspace. Continuing this left-hand turn now, this shape is called Signet.
Did they do the same yesterday?
Heading it out. Rolling out.
In the middle of the left-hand wing as we look down on is the last of our first year pilots. That's Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Steve Morris. Steve's another former Hawk flying instructor, and he was then posted to the Harrier GR9. Unfortunately, only spent a short time flying the aircraft before it was taken out of service, and he transferred to the Tornado GR4, which he flew over Libya in support of Operation Elemi in 2011. To our right 45, the smoke's on for another shape. This time, Red 6 and 7 will move to their respective sides to form Big Vixen, named after the 1960s naval fighter, the Sea Vixen.
Out. Rolling out. Coming. Right. Now. Holding the bank. Down tight. There.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first half of the Red Arrows display, where you've seen close formation flown in a rather dynamic fashion with the 9 aircraft. We're about to change the tempo as we show you how this Hawk aircraft can perform. We fly the BAE Systems Hawk T1, which was designed as an advanced jet and weapons trainer, and it's been in service with the Royal Air Force since 1976. It's very agile and precise, and we're about to show you why all of us pilots love to fly it. Out to the front, we're going to be splitting into 2 sections. Reds 1 to 5 we call Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5. Reds 6 to 9 we call Jippo, which was the nickname of the first gentleman to lead the 4-ship when the Red Arrows started flying 9-ship displays in 1968. Out to the front, get your cameras ready now for an explosive manoeuvre to start the second half of the display. This is the detonator.
Set on, go. Low recovery, go. Hit it. Go.